With the Community Shield and new season fast approaching, Liverpool's preparations have taken a timely and significant turn. Arne Slot's side have been working intensely behind closed doors, navigating a pre-season filled with fresh ideas, tactical tweaks, and plenty of headlines. But now, just days before their first real test of the new campaign, the Reds have been handed a major lift, one that could have a telling impact on their hopes of silverware this season. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Darwin Núñez is set to complete a permanent move to Al Hilal after a deal was agreed on Thursday, with the striker agreeing a significant wage increase. Núñez is due to undergo a medical before his switch to Saudi Arabia, after Liverpool agreed a deal worth upwards of £46 million for their number 9. The club are now set to explore their options to bolster their attacking line, which will be aided by the incoming funds. Liverpool will count a sizable profit on their books, while the player himself has reportedly agreed a contract that would have made him one of the highest earners in Arne Slot's squad. The Uruguayan will earn around £400,000 per week at Al Hilal, according to a number of reporters, including the Mirror's Chris McKenna and TalkSport's Ben Jacobs. Mohamed Salah is Liverpool's current highest earner, with his new contract worth up to £480,000 a week, with Virgil van Dijk on £385,000 a week. That is clearly the main draw for players heading to the Saudi Pro League, and demonstrates why Núñez would leave elite-level football at 26. Núñez is claimed to have earned around £140,000 a week at Liverpool, a typical wage for a regular starter on his first contract at the club, meaning he has almost tripled his earnings. Furthermore, those earnings will be tax-free, as opposed to the significant levies imposed on footballers in the UK. This transfer represents a win-win for Liverpool and Núñez, therefore, with the Premier League champions able to offload an ill-fitting big name for a major profit on the books, while the player enjoys a major payday himself. The departures of Núñez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Luis Diaz in particular will have reduced Liverpool's own wage bill dramatically. And with a number of high-profile signings this summer, and more to come, it allows the club to absorb high-value contracts for the likes of Florian Wirtz and, if he signs, Alexander Isak. Contract talks are also ongoing with Ibrahima Konate, who is seeking a heavy increase on his current £80,000 a week wage, while Curtis Jones could be next in line for an extension and pay rise. Konate and Andy Robertson are both in the final year of their deals, as is the case with Alisson, though Liverpool can extend the goalkeeper's terms to 2027. Now in a major boost ahead of Liverpool's Community Shield clash, Alisson is back at the AXA training centre after being granted leave to return to Brazil last month, and will be in contention for Sunday's Community Shield. Alisson left Liverpool's pre-season camp in Japan before the friendly against Yokohama F. Marinos to fly back to Brazil as his wife underwent surgery. The goalkeeper also missed the Anfield friendlies against Athletic Club earlier this week, but speaking before those 4-1 and 3-2 victories, Arne Slot revealed his number 1 would return in time for the Community Shield. Liverpool have now confirmed Alisson's return to the AXA training centre on Thursday, with the Brazilian rejoining preparations for the new campaign. Summer signing Georgi Mamardashvili filled in against both Yokohama and Athletic Club, but it is likely that Alisson will take over for Sunday's clash with Crystal Palace at Wembley. Virgil van Dijk is also expected to be fit, having sat out of the back-to-back friendlies on Monday evening through illness. The captain was among those pictured arriving for training in Kirkby on Thursday morning and should start alongside Ibrahima Konate in the Community Shield. Slot is less hopeful over the involvement of Connor Bradley and Joe Gomez, with the defenders out through injury, while Stefan Bajcetic is set to miss out after hamstring surgery. Darwin Núñez will also not be part of the squad on Sunday, with the striker granted permission to travel for a medical ahead of a move to Al Hilal worth upwards of £46 million. It means Hugo Ekitike will almost certainly start up front, flanked by Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo, as Slot names his strongest possible side. There will be a decision to make over who takes up duties in midfield, with Florian Wirtz and Ryan Gravenberch the most likely starters, along with one of Dominik Szoboszlai or Alexis McAllister. Slot also has a choice of options at left back, with Milos Kerkez, Andy Robertson and Kostas Tsimikas all available. Though in the absence of Gomez, one of those may also be considered cover at centre back. Jeremy Frimpong is an obvious selection at right back, with Bradley likely to miss out, with youngster Lucas Stevenson available to provide cover. Alisson has entered the final year of his contract at Liverpool, though the club hold an option to extend that by a further 12 months to 2027. Mamardashvili made his £29 million move from Valencia official earlier in the summer, with further goalkeeping cover brought in with Freddie Woodman and youngster Armin Pexi. In other news, while Liverpool's sights are now firmly set on Sunday's Community Shield showdown with Crystal Palace at Wembley, the noise off the pitch continues to grow louder, particularly surrounding their ambitious move for Alexander Isak. The Swedish striker is back on English soil after training with his former side Real Sociedad, while current club Newcastle completed their pre-season tour of Asia. Liverpool have already tested the waters with a bid, but the Magpies aren't prepared to greenlight a sale without first lining up a replacement. One such target was Benjamin Sesko, but Newcastle lost that race to Manchester United, who managed to convince the RB Leipzig frontman to head to Old Trafford instead. Meanwhile, back at Anfield, uncertainty swirls around Harvey Elliott's role, with Leipzig now pressing to lure the midfielder to Germany, and Liverpool's attacking shortlist doesn't stop there. According to L'Equipe, Paris Saint-Germain's Bradley Barcola is also on the club's radar. The Reds have kept close tabs on the French winger, who hails from Villeurbanne and has gradually slipped down the PSG pecking order, now sitting behind Ousmane Dembele, Kvecha Kvaratskhelia and Désiré Doué. The France international could be tempted by a move offering greater prominence, but there's a major hurdle. PSG have no interest in selling. The Ligue 1 champions, who shelled out €50 million to sign Barcola from Lyon in 2023, are holding firm. And if they were to entertain offers, it's understood nothing below €100 million would suffice, especially from a direct Champions League rival. Barcola's stats speak volumes. He featured in 64 matches for PSG last season, notching 21 goals and 21 assists in a remarkable campaign that ended with the club lifting their first ever Champions League trophy, crushing Inter Milan 5-0 in a historic final. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.